We need to have a serious conversation about black celebrities, especially black rappers, exploiting black kids for views. Let's talk about it. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What's going on, y'all? Yeah, child, I might as well have the black V-neck on because I am so irritated and I'm so glad to have this conversation. And shout out to the Darkest Hue on Instagram for making me want to talk about this. They are a platform, they are an Instagram page that literally be having all types of conversations about colorism and I just be so here for it. Support them. They did a whole post about stop embarrassing black kids for clicks and views. And I was like, right. Like, we have seen this constant recording of, like children selling water and the black elite, the black celebrity come out and they just like, what's up, what's going on? And recording these kids without their consent, knowing that, these black kids are are seeing and recognizing the baby, recognizing Soulja Boy, recognizing Meek Mill, recognizing them and just like, hey, like, you got more money, you done made it out the hood, we look up to you, like, break us off something, like, buy our candy for $200. And recently, the baby is one of those rappers who posted a video without these kids' consent, recording, stepping out his van, his entourage or whatever, and he's literally recording, or somebody's recording, he's recording his interaction with these kids, and these kids are trying to sell him some candy. And you had a lot of folks who was coming out and just supporting the baby and just saying, oh yeah, they were trying to exploit you. I'm glad that you gave them some knowledge. These black kids don't need no knowledge. They don't need no wordsmithing. The baby, you're not a wordsmith to begin with, girl. Like, sis, you're like the same girl who out here doing raps, little minimal ass raps on Scooby-Doo beats. Like, you are the last person to give us some knowledge, some free chicken for us to take and apply to our lives. Like, sis, you probably got a couple more years left on your career. And I'm not even gonna drag it because this ain't necessarily about you, but it's about the attitude that y'all have. Like, how do you exploit a billionaire? How do you exploit a millionaire? That doesn't even make sense. How do you exploit a millionaire when the only way for you to get to a millionaire status is by exploiting everybody else, by exploiting your workers, by exploiting labor, period. Like, that is how y'all get to where y'all at. And you talking about somebody taking $200, trying to make $200 exploiting? Girl, please, let's talk about it, because I want to drag everybody who's been in the comments egging this shit on. Like, y'all are really mad at yourselves when you should be mad at the system while you out here living the life that you are living. And it's no shade. As a girl who done had to sleep on the couch and sleep on some friends' couches and been through some evictions, all that, you are not mad. Like, y'all are taking y'all anger out on these kids, exploiting stuff. What you should be really mad at is like the system of capitalism and what it's doing to us. So the Darkest Hue's Instagram page talked about this, and it brought up also the recent incident not too long ago where Meek Mill was driving, I think he was in Atlanta, I don't know where he was at, and some water boys were trying to sell him some water. It was just like, girl, just break us off. And I think he ended up giving them like $20 a piece. And people might argue and say, well, why he needs to do this? Why he needs to do this? Like, Meek Mill's not responsible for this and da-da-da. Y'all are literally exploiting these children. And y'all are posting them for clicks and views. Y'all are doing it for ego purposes. Like, you are looking at yourself like you somebody who's made it out of the hood. Like, sis, you are an anomaly. All the work that you did, all the stuff, and you applying yourself really doesn't mean shit, to be honest. You just so happen to make it. Like, there are plenty of people who are working very, very hard and busting their ass and doing all the things and still haven't got to where they, where they should be to be able to have a roof over their head and stable income and resources and stuff. So that, like, you making it out of it doesn't mean that, like, it doesn't really mean anything, to be honest. It just means it just so happened for you. So people are asking, like, why should the baby and other rappers and stuff be giving these kids money? These are the same rappers who literally talk about money in every music video, every song. Y'all are talking about it. The baby was just on a private jet not too long ago. You had Kodak Black was out here throwing $100,000 in the ocean. Like, y'all literally talk about wealth. These kids know y'all have money because they listen to your music and they know y'all got it. So if you come in the hood, you should honestly be glad that they ain't robbing y'all, to be honest, because that's what they should be doing, to be quite honest. Y'all right here buying $200,000-$300,000 chains and stuff, and y'all doing all this stuff. They should be robbing y'all, to be honest. If we gonna be completely honest, they should be snatching y'all chains and feeding the whole hood off of y'all, because y'all are the same folks who will literally come and record music videos in the hood, while not living in the hood, but profiting off of the hood. And you know what? This comes in different type of forms, because, you know, not just the Baby and Meek Mill recording their interactions with, you know, kids, you know, coming, trying to sell them stuff and da-da-da-da. You also have this same thing happening when people are, quote unquote, giving back to the community. I'll give you an example. After the Baby's incident, Soulja Boy turned around and did, you know, the reverse. He went out somewhere and he started giving the kids in the community who were selling candy some money. And, you know, yes, like Soulja Boy should be out here doing that. Da-da-da-da. Yes, Soulja Boy, like, yeah, claps for him. But it was self-serving. Because the moment you have to record yourself doing a good deed, it is no longer serving the purpose of being a good deed. You're doing that for your ego. Let's just completely be honest. You're doing it for your ego. You can give back, you can do all these things without recording and posting it. Now, there are some folks who do record and who do post to raise money, and I respect that. Like, there's some folks I know who I follow on social media who be giving back and who be recording, and that's to increase traffic and to tell folks like, hey, you know, this is where y'all money is going for y'all donations and all this other stuff. Like, this is me just laying out, like, this is what I'm doing with y'all money. I respect that. But not for no millionaires like Soulja Boy. Not for no millionaires or whatever the Baby is at, like right now with his career. Not no Meek Mill. Like, y'all have money. Y'all have way more money. To the point that we know y'all do, because y'all keep talking about it in all of y'all music. So what's the tea? You know what? Soulja Boy is not the only rapper or only black elite to do that. You also have folks like P. Diddy. Diddy, who was giving back. I can't remember when it was, where he was paying folks rent, and they was recording and posting. I don't know if Diddy was doing it or whatever. It's just like, y'all should be giving so much money that y'all are no longer millionaires. So what y'all doing and passing turkeys during Thanksgiving and having a can drive and all the other stuff, if you are still a millionaire and you still millionaire status, you're not giving enough money. You're not giving enough. So, you know, y'all are doing just enough to get by, so we won't be out here snatching y'all up, to be honest. Because let me tell you something, the shit that's going on, people are starting to recognize, like, hey, this system is not really out here working for us. No matter how hard I work, no matter what I'm doing, I'm still barely getting by. And I don't want to. I no longer want to live in this system. Like, I'm watching right now where MTV is trying to bring MTV Cribs back. Like, sis, when you got a lot of kids that are growing up and like being anti-capitalist and like, girl, like, no ma'am, we don't want to see the rich continue to be rich. It's a growing amount of people who just like, I don't want to see rich folks like flaunt their wealth. I don't even think y'all should be even this rich. I don't want to see y'all have this much disposable income. It's not making sense when you got folks like who are literally struggling on minimum wage, who cannot afford where they are, like who cannot provide for their families and stuff. And we sitting here seeing somebody, you know, spend $200,000 on chains and stuff. It's just like, y'all need to be robbed. And that's why y'all was getting snatched up in Atlanta all last year when y'all was driving $200,000-$300,000 G-Wagons, and I just didn't care. I just, frankly, just did not care. Like, if you have the nerve to be driving around $200,000-$300,000 car in the middle of a pandemic where folks are being laid off and unemployed and, you know, waiting 3-6 months to get an unemployment check and getting denied in the process and, you know, facing eviction, they need to be snatching y'all up. They need to be snatching y'all up. So, I know this conversation was about exploiting, you know, talking about, you know, like these folks exploiting these kids and posting for clickbait and views and stuff. But the conversation really is about capitalism and how, like, folks like these rich people do stuff for themselves, for their egos. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I have been, like, I drive a Dodge Challenger black, dark tint, tinted out. The water boys walk up to me all the time. Like, they walk up to me and they be thinking I'm probably like, oh, this is a hood dude, da da da, and it's my gay ass in there sitting there, like giving which trade or whatever you want to call it this week. But you know, if I don't have it, I don't give it to them. If I'm not interested, I'm not rolling the window down, I'm not recording it, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not interested in exploiting them. And I don't have a problem with them doing it. Like, they are understanding, like, hey, we got to be out here. We need to be making somebody, as somebody who used to sell snow cones, freezer cups, selling candy at school, selling Dorito bags, like 50 cent at Tresman High School, at Holy Names summer camp program. Like, I have always understood that, girls, in order to be able to move around, do some stuff, I need some coin. So I don't blame these kids for going to spend $3 on a pack of water and selling it for $2 a piece or $1 a piece. I don't blame them. It's the same stuff that happens when we go to the movie theater and we paying $20 for some nachos and a drink. It's capitalism. We've all been exploited. Y'all talking about some they tried to jib him. Like, we are living in a system that literally gyps us. You got banks that are charging us $30 when we don't have enough money in our account to cover our withdrawals. While this same bank is out here using our cash for capital, to do other things. You think the bank just holding your money just to be holding your money? No, ma'am. They're using that to make more money and then charging us for putting their money in there. Like, the whole system is trash. So while you sitting here worried about these little kids, they're not even the tip of the iceberg, girl. They are literally the atmosphere that you don't see because it doesn't even matter. Like, you are looking at the wrong thing. You dragging these teenagers for trying to make it, because I guarantee you, ain't nobody standing outside in the heat, slinging waters and singing candy, want to be out there. They want to be out there because they have to be out there. And even if they are taking these $200 and buying Jordans or whatever, so what? So what? You should be glad that they ain't here knocking y'all windows in and grabbing y'all ish. Because honestly, they should. For some of you rich celebrities. For some of you all who continuously flaunt wealth. So the conversation was about like exploiting, and it's just like, it happens. You see it all the time. And I don't see how these kids charging the baby $200 for some candy. You damn right charge you $200 because you can afford it. That's why they're asking. They're not asking because they know he can't afford it. They're asking because they know he can afford the $200 candy. Like, break us off. And the baby, while he was sitting here exploiting them kids and recording, and while Meek Mill was recording them kids and exploiting them and posting them online, they could have just used it the same way that Soulja Boy did, trash as it was. Y'all using it for click. Y'all ain't trying to share no knowledge. Y'all ain't trying to share your bread. Open your purse. Open your purse. We don't want no information. I can't do anything. If I want some cute, kind words and something to make me feel good to go on with the next week, I'll take my ass to church Sunday. But I ain't looking for that. These kids are looking for coins. Pay them. And if you don't want to, you ain't got it, then keep your window rolled up and watch your lane. Because y'all are sitting here recording these kids because y'all know it's going to give y'all clicks and views. Y'all know exactly what it is. So that's all I got on this topic. I'm not going to go horse talk. I'm not going to lose my voice dragging it, but I want to expand it a little bit more. And I also want to shout out again to the Darkest Hue on Instagram. Please follow and support them. Just amazing content when it comes to like black folk stuff. I love them so much. Tell me what y'all thought about the whole conversation. I'm going to be honest, some of y'all comments were going to be trash and supporting the baby being trash and all these other black rappers who sit here exploiting these kids for clicks and views. I won't be reading them. So tell me what you think in the comments, and I'll talk to you later on tonight. Bye.